Hey, this is our ministry moment. We're about a day late getting this out, but it's been a busy week here, and I just wanted to share with you a little bit from something I said on Sunday in the sermon. I said that servants experience unity. We experience unity as we serve together. We've all got a place on God's team. God's got to work for every single one of us to do. Paul said this when he talked to the church at Ephesus in chapter 4 and verses 11 through 13 of that letter. He said, "So Christ himself gave the apostles, the prophets, the evangelists, and pastors and teachers to equip his people for works of service so that the body of Christ can be built up until we all reach unity in the faith and in the knowledge of the Son of God and become mature, attaining to the whole measure of the fullness of Christ." When we serve together, it makes a few things possible. It makes a few things happen. Number one, it helps us to focus our energy on something larger than ourselves. That's one of the reasons why it unifies us. I'm not worried about my disputes or disagreements with other folks as much as I'm concerned about that larger thing that my attention's on. So it unifies me with other people as we focus on something bigger than ourselves. Secondly, it helps us to respond to new opportunities. Third, it helps us to share responsibilities. No one gets overwhelmed if we share responsibilities as we serve together. And then last, it helps us to share resources too. Sometimes we find ourselves competing for resources, but when we work together and we're unified in that larger task, we'll share our resources. So the question then becomes, well, how is it that I find out where I fit? How do I know where I fit? Do you know your place in God's kingdom, where God has put you to serve? You've got a place. I'm going to tell you that. One of the things that we do here at W3CU is we use something called a SHAPE assessment to help people determine that. And that SHAPE is an acronym, and it stands for S for spiritual gifts. What areas God gifted you? H stands for heart. That's your passion. What are you passionate about doing? That's usually a good indicator. A stands for our abilities. What is it that we can do? What is it we're uniquely able to do? Maybe this is something we learned in a job training, or something we learned in college, or something we do every day. And the P stands for personality. What's my personality like? We use a DISC profile here to help us determine that. And then E stands for experiences. All of us have had experiences, some good and some bad. God uses our bad experiences sometimes to help folks and to minister to them in a way that we couldn't have we not had those experiences, but also our good experiences. I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to watch the ministry moment with me. And I want to encourage you, next week we're going to be talking about the value of connection. God means for us to do life together. The way we say that here is it's not always easy, but it's always beautiful when we are connected to one another. I'll see you Sunday at 10.